Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Um, in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down something that a lot of people have been asking me as of lately, and this probably would clarify a few things as far as with some individuals um, where they believe that most celebrities actually pull a hoax and fake their deaths. Okay, um, but in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down um, the spiritual connection in a lot of these celebrities predicting their own death. All right. Um, every time we basically see a celebrity that passes away or things of that nature, um, for the most part, if you dig, a little bit deeper, all right, you can definitely find them in an interview mentioning them dying beforehand, or having certain statements being put out there, or even predicting it to a certain age. All right. Um, but when we see this, right, there is something that I want to break down to you guys, because there's two different reasons why this may happen. All right. For one, there's a spiritual connection behind it, and then for two, there's something called a black book. All right. So I'm gonna be breaking down two different situations. Both of them will go hand in hand, and then you guys will understand why a lot of these entertainers actually are able to predict their own deaths. All right. So let's start with the spiritual aspect of it. Okay. So the spiritual aspect is basically what I've explained to you guys before, right? Now, there's something that I've explained before as far as with the 27 Club, right? And a lot of these people get involved with making spiritual pacts with certain deities or demons and things of that nature, right? If you study demonology, the book of demonology, a lot of that stuff in there tells you that the specific demons give you a certain time frame to come and collect. All right, so this is why I tell you guys to be very careful when dealing with that stuff and tapping into certain things, because it could be dangerous. All right, but when you're dealing with a specific demon or deity, there is a certain time frame that they will give you. All right, and then most of these entertainers, they have to renegotiate that contract. All right, so it'll go in the simple terms as this. Okay, said entertainer, okay, wants to be famous. Okay, wants to be on television or whatever the case may be. Wants to be rich and live the lifestyle of somebody that is in a famous position, right? So that entertainer would make this pact, okay, with this deity, all right, and in return, it you have to give a specific time frame, okay, on when this demon is to come and collect. Okay, now most people think that they can put in their pact or contract that they want to live to be immortal. All right, but here's the thing with that. All right, here's the thing, because the physical body is unable to be immortal. Okay, so eventually, down the line, even if you live to be 101 years old, okay, eventually at some point, okay, the physical body is going to have to deteriorate. All right, it's going to have to deteriorate. All right, and most people that continue to do these packs and things like that, they have to keep going back and doing it. All right, they have to keep renegotiating these things.
I'm Asian, man. Not kidding. I gotta have some help. I want to renegotiate the contract. My contract. Check with the judge.
All right. So there's a certain thing here that I've noticed, and I found very interesting in the entertainment community. Okay. There are certain numbers. Okay, like you guys always tell me about gematria and things of that nature, because they do basically communicate on a numerical level. All right. So when we looking at this, right, we see the ages of 33, okay, 36, 27, 50. Okay, these are the numbers that most people usually meet their demise at in dealing with the entertainment industry. Okay, so many entertainers have died, all right, around these ages, to the point where it's like there is a some sort of a connection there, okay, with some type of spirit. Okay, now if we take a look at a few entertainers that predicted their deaths, okay, we have a few that actually spoke their demise into fruition. Okay, first and foremost, I want to take a look at the actor Bob Saget. Okay, now Bob Saget was a television personality. Okay, an individual who actually was a comedian. He was a great comedian, from what I understood. So. But his situation was very interesting, all right? And then I'm going to talk about another way that people know that they're about to meet their demise, okay? Is the Black Book, all right? So with Bob Saget, okay, having an interview, all right, months before this incident actually happened, okay? Now, some would call this an actual hoax, okay? But they still want to do an autopsy and, find out, because they're saying that Bob Saget actually fell. All right, but he kind of gave a brief description, all right, of what actually would happen to him, all right, when he died.
As I said, I absolutely love movies as well. Um,
You
but
love
there's just
5
something.
movies. You love Big
Well, that's not
Lebowski
true.
every day. You could watch Big
I love
Lebowski
Big
4 times a day.
Lebowski, The Godfather, Wayne's World, Godfather 2, Goodfellas, Casino, Scarface. Um,
So I
but
don't have long to live if these are your favorites. I'm going to be found dead in bed. I'm going to be found dead in bed.
I'm gonna be found dead in bed.
you better watch out.
You better watch out.
Okay, so if you see there, he kind of knew exactly what was going to take place in this situation. All right, now, some, like I said, some would probably believe that this would be considered a hoax because it's like it's too detailed, all right? The exact way of how it actually happened, all right? So, in an aspect, there is certain things that can cause individuals to actually see this, all right? Some would say that these spirits that they are involved in, right? These spirits that they are involved with, right, are actually letting them know, okay, you have a certain amount of time, okay, to get what your craft done or do what you have to do in that short period of time. Because let me tell you one thing, when you're dealing with demons, right, they're always going to ask you, how long do you want to live? Okay? And, like I said, if you want to say, I want to be immortal or whatever the case may be, you're going to have to continue to do these pacts, all right? And after you get to a certain point in the age where you're no longer able to, do these things anymore, all right, then the body will deteriorate, all right? So we have to look at it from that aspect of seeing things for how they really are, all right? Because here's the thing, as far as with demons go, right? That whole aspect of dealing with them, they have to come and collect, all right? When you make these spiritual pacts with these demons, they have to come and collect, all right? Another individual who actually predicted their death, okay, was a artist by the name of XXX. X was a very knowledgeable brother, okay? He's very smart and very wise, okay? And I truly believe, okay, that he tapped into a another spiritual dimension that allowed him to foresee him not living long, okay? Because for this young man to be able to see and know these things, right? And actually tap into that world or that element or that spiritual realm, all right, it kind of allowed him to see things that he didn't want to see, all right. So that's why when you guys ask me about Capital Steez and what happened, did Joey Badass sacrifice Capital Steez? You have to understand when you seeking for knowledge, right? It's never a bad thing to always seek for knowledge, all right? But the higher up for knowledge you tend to go, okay, the more dangerous it can be for your mind, all right? Because you're tapping in to certain things that you shouldn't be tapping into, okay? A lot of people always mention, oh, your third eye has to be open and all of these things, but you cannot leave that portal open, okay? You can't leave that stuff open for, any type of spiritual attacks or whatever the case may be. So people have to be very cautious and careful when dealing with these things, okay? You have to be very careful, all right? Also, Bob Marley. Bob Marley was, if you guys didn't know, Bob Marley was a fortune teller, okay? Before he actually started doing music, Bob Marley was a local fortune teller in his neighborhood, all right? And he predicted that he would die at the age of 36. So it says here, the Jamaican songwriter and legendary singer shockingly predicted his own death. People close to Bob believed that he was a prophet as he would predict people's futures successfully. He was also a fortune teller, all right? Bob predicted that he would die at the age of 36. When he asked why he predicted that age, he said that Jesus also lived until he was 36 years old. Shockingly, Bob Marley died due to skin cancer at the young age of 36, all right? So he was trying to live out the aspects of Jesus Christ in the same sense, all right? And if we take a look at the book of Matthew here, Matthew chapter 16, verse 21 through 28, it says, includes this episode saying that Jesus, from that time, i.e. on a number of occasions, Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes and be killed. All right, so there's a prime example there that Jesus also knew, okay, that his time was going to be short as well here. All right, so when we see these type of things of people being able to predict their deaths and things of that nature, that is a spiritual realm. Okay, you're tapping into a spiritual realm. All right, now there is an alternative thing that goes on in the business. Okay, now there is something called the Black Book. All right, now this Black Book that the elites hold this power to. Okay, now when we see, all right, these entertainers that decide to speak out against these criminals, all right, that are in power, all right, their names, these entertainers' names are being put in what you would call this Black Book, okay? Now, we've all heard the term before, count your days, right? This is a term that the elite uses, okay, to signify, to clarify to that individual that their days are numbered, okay? So now when you guys decide to sign up and take these oaths and things of that nature, right, and you belong to these groups or whatever, right, and they put you in position, okay, to be famous, okay, they make you a star. They build to bear your career, all right? They build you from bottom to top, okay? And then when you get to that level, okay, of where they are now using you as a puppet, all right, and you decide to go against the grain, all right, now is when your name is being put in this so-called Black Book, all right? Now, many entertainers' names go in this Black Book, okay, for specific reasons, okay? Usually, for the most part, when we see entertainers and they die in threes, okay, every single year, there is a set of entertainers, okay, that die in threes, okay? And now every year there is an entertainer that dies, whether we heard of them or not, okay? There are entertainers that die. Now, this Black Book, okay, it basically puts people on a hit list. Now, this is, to be honest with you, in my opinion, this is very illegal. You get what I'm saying? I don't think these people should be allowed to actually put individuals' names in these books, okay, and take them out of there. All right. Now there's a movie that came out back in the day in regards to this. All right, the same exact situation, and the movie is titled "The Brotherhood of the Bell." Okay, this is a 1970s movie about a dude that actually joined a brotherhood. Okay, and they put his name in the black book. Okay, because he exposed their secrets. All right, now when we take a look at this thing, right, we see this in entertainment all the time, and they always come out and say, hey, they trying to kill me or whatever the case may be, all right? Because when you take, all right, an oath to these organizations and groups, right, your secrecy or silency is to be committed to these people only, all right? To be committed to these people only, all right? So you had artists like Pimp C, okay, that came out, all right, and mentioned about people in the industry that were doing certain acts with men, all right, and actually saying these people's names, all right. Now, when you're doing that, you're a part of this brotherhood, all right. So when you hear these rappers and things of that nature saying, yeah, it's a brotherhood, or my brother, all right? These are references to them being a part of this group, all right? And now if they come out and expose certain secrets that an artist may or may have been involved in, all right, their name is easily put in this black book. All right, now that comes from the term, like I said, of people saying count your days. Okay, when people mention that term, count your days, that is a clear indication of them saying we are putting your name in the black book. All right, so when you look at a lot of these deaths, and people are saying that they were poisoned, I don't believe Pimp C actually had a a sleep apnea attack. I don't believe that. Okay, a lot of people ask me about Kevin Samuels and things of that nature, where they're saying that he may have been poisoned by the woman, right? But for the most part, is these people are a part of these groups. Now, here's the thing I'm going to mention about Kevin Samuels' situation. All right. I'm not going to say that there was any type of Illuminati type of thing going on with that, but I do believe that brother sold his soul to the devil. Okay, I do believe that. And the reason why I believe that is because, like I said, when these people move up in the ranks at a very fast pace, okay, I truly believe, I remember Kevin Samuels first coming out around 2019, if I'm not mistaken, the end of 2019, and he was just brought in, in this realm of the internet where it was like, oh man, who's this guy that's just bashing black women, okay? But he elevated very quickly, okay? If you go to Kevin Samuels' channel at this very point now, and you look at a lot of his early videos, okay, go to his earlier dated videos, he was not getting a lot of views like that, okay? People just started latching on down the line, but his earlier videos that he was putting out, he didn't get a lot of views like that, okay? So like I said, when you make that commitment and you do these deals with these demons and things of that nature, all right, especially if you're not clear and specified on anything, all right. So I don't want to give you guys too much source, all right, but when you're doing a pact with a demon, right, and you're not very specific and detailed, all right, you're giving leeway for them to screw you over. Okay, they're always gonna screw. These demons do not play fair. All right, so it's possible. I truly believe that he wanted to be a success. He wanted to be a motivational speaker or things of that nature, and the devil gave it to him. All right, but the devil also had to come and collect. All right, doesn't matter how you go out. It's gonna happen regardless. Okay, so it could be a 2-year time span. Anything you have to specify these things. This is why, like I said in the 27 Club video, when these people make pacts, okay, they go to the crossroads or they're in the basement or wherever they decide to do this mess at, all right, they specify, I want to be this person for this amount of time. okay? And then when that time comes, okay, they have to renegotiate. And if they don't renegotiate, the devil will come to collect, all right? We look at people like Little Uzi, for prime example. Little Uzi also predicted his own death, okay? But I truly believe that he renegotiated his contract, okay?
At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here. He's the Pale Emperor.
All right, so as you can see there, he renegotiated his contract with whatever demon or devil he made a pact with. All right, because they don't just give you what you want and not try to trick you out of anything. Okay, your soul is on the line here. All right, you guys got to remember that your soul is always on the line here. All right, so when we take a look at these type of situations and we see how people go through these type of things, I truly believe that all of these entertainers that get involved in this business, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, there are levels within that industry, okay? When you see an entertainer that's always on TV in the best shows or noticed by, mainstream America, okay, like I said, it's safe to say that they sold their soul, okay? Because you can't just assume that these people would be famous without participating in any of these activities, all right? And then you have your low level entertainers that you barely see at all, okay? And these people are the ones that are not getting down with that business, all right? So, like I said, guys, we have to be very careful, all right, when dealing with this type of stuff, all right, especially in these days and times, all right. I would recommend that you guys, like I said, like I tell you guys all the time, if you want to be in this business, you're more than welcome to do it, all right. But there are certain things that you don't want to involve yourself in, okay, because there's no turning back from it. All right. Once you make a pact or a deal with any type of demon, you're held accountable for that. Okay. Until you leave this earth. All right. And then when you leave this earth, all right, you will be a slave for that demon in the afterlife. Okay. That's just the way that it works. All right. It's sad to say, but people have to hear the harsh truth of this. Okay. And when you get involved in demonology and all of that stuff is very dangerous, man. People, if the demon won't hurt you, okay, it will hurt somebody close to you, all right, because they need blood to be spilled, all right. So this is why we see a lot of these rappers always getting shot and things of that nature, because they're involving themselves in demonology, all right. So with that being said, guys, I hope I touched on that as much as I could and broke it down and gave you guys a brief description on how a lot of these celebrities predict their own deaths. Okay, and it's sad, but we as a people have to understand. These people need to seek God. All right. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a blessed week. All right, stay up and peace.